Alright, thank you very much for joining me again. This is Gulpain, just back with a little quick pickups video. I haven't done any pickups videos in like a year or something, or well, I haven't recorded any anyway, but yeah, I picked up a few games over the past year. Not as many as I normally pick up because I've scaled it back a little bit, but let's have a quick look at a few I picked up. First up for the PS1, this is awful. This is called Louvre the Final Curse. So I picked this one up randomly because I thought it was a different sort of game. From the back of it looks pretty good, but it's one of those ones where it's in a first person view and you have to click and then you go forward a little bit, but it's just like it's like a panoramic view of a picture, and then you go to another bit of the picture. It's terrible. The first part of it, you're in the Louvre and then you go back in time, and it's really like, you have no idea what to do. It's kind of like Myst or something where you just have no idea what to do. So I don't really like those games. I like the point and click games that have sort of a more narrative, like Siberia, Broken Sword. Those sort of point and click games are more my forte, so wasn't impressed with Louvre the Final Curse one bit. Ah well. And next up then I haven't actually tried this yet. This is Captain Morgan and the Golden Turtle. I'm not sure if this is a TV show, but this is more my my speed now with the old point-and-click games. So this one is, it's set in like the Caribbean islands, I think. I haven't actually played this yet. I really need to get around to playing this because I have the PS3 set up upstairs. And I got this on eBay for like £6, which I thought was pretty good. So I'm trying to, as I said before, I'm trying to get the point-and-click games, the RPG games, those sort of ones, so that I have like a repository and I can play, you know, like a load of games whenever I'm bored. Like right now. After I finish this video, I'm going to play Captain Morgan. Next up for the old PSP, I love collecting for the PSP. It's such a cool system to collect for because there's not a huge amount of games. There is quite a lot of games that are really bad, like, you know, the ones that are very, very cheap, and you just, you know, like football games, and they're good at the time, but they're just not very collectible now. But there is quite a few kind of collectible games on the PSP as well. This one is not an expensive one either, but it's actually quite a good game. It's kind of an RPG puzzle game. So I'm always on the lookout for a good RPG that has like a driving mechanic, or, you know, like a sport mechanic or something in it. So this one has a puzzle mechanic, so it's a bit out of the norm. So there's a little story. The story isn't it's not a bestseller or anything, but the story is basically you're in a castle and the king sends you out to do different things, and then you have to do this kind of like, it's not like Candy Crush, but it's like a puzzle game. It's pretty good though, not too bad. And then I got this ages ago. Even it was I remember being sealed for ages and ages and ages, and then I bought an Xbox Series X, and then I didn't have any games for it. So I just got a couple of games, but then I have a load of Xbox 360 games that I hadn't played in ages, or I hadn't actually tried. So I said I'll try this one, and then this is one of the few games that doesn't work on the Xbox 360, or sorry, on the Xbox Series. Most of the Xbox 360 games and most of the Xbox One games, almost all of them I think, work on the Series X, but there's a few of them that don't, and this one is one of them. So I had to break out the Xbox 360. So that was good. I'm just waiting for my Xbox 360 to flashing red ring of death, because that's the third Xbox 360 I have. But this is awesome. It's so good, and like the graphics are amazing on the 360 as well. I don't even need to, like, I could probably go down to the shop and buy the Xbox One version, but it's just fantastic. Dragon Age is such a good game. I played the other two as well, but I didn't complete the first one. I got right to the end, but then whatever build I had, I couldn't clear it. And then Dragon Age Inquisition, I'm almost at the end of that. That's a fantastic game. This is a recent pickup. This just came in the post yesterday. No manual, just a case. This one is Ys Memories of Celceta. So I'm not a huge fan of the Ys games. It's a series I really need to get into. I've only played one Ys games before, and that's the it's the one on the PSP. I can't remember what it's called now, but I'm going to try this one, and then there's another one as well I'm going to try, Ys 1 and 2 Chronicles. I want to buy that for the PSP. Oh, that's an expensive one, but I'll try it anyway. I'll try and get it. So Ys Memory of Celceta for the Vita as well. So I think I have like 5 Vita games now. It's a system that I don't have a lot of games for. They're just hard to find on the Vita. If you go to one of the game shops, they normally have like 5 or 6 Vita games, and it's like, you know, it's like tennis or you know, FIFA or something. So not very desirable games. Speaking of desirable games though, this one for the Game Boy Advance, this was quite a good pickup actually. I got this on eBay. I won a bid for it, and it says $7.99 on the box, but it's way more than $7.99 now. This is Onimusha Tactics. So again, another RPG, strategy RPG here, but in the Onimusha universe. So I haven't tried it yet. I saw a review of it because I never heard of it. I've only played the first Onimusha game, so it's another series I must get into as well. But yeah, this looks really good, and I watched Avalanche Review's review of it, and it looks really good, so I was like, well, I'll look it up, and then I won it the following week, so that was great. This is another one as well. I'm not sure about this one. I'm not sure if I like this game or not. It's Yes, Your Grace. So it's sort of like you're a king and you have to delegate tasks to different people, but also like you have to hear people talking to you and you have to solve their problems and all that, while also solving your family's problems. It's really good. It's a real sort of like computer game, like a DOS game from the 90s or something like that. But I'm not sure. It's okay. I'm not sure. Not 100%. What I'm 100% about is Kemco RPG Omnibus for the Switch. I haven't got around to trying all these yet, but the first one I tried, what was it, the Kronos Ark one? Yeah, Kronos Ark, and then the Revenant, I don't even know the names of these, Revenant Dogma. Those games are excellent. Like, these are exactly the RPGs I like. They're not too complicated, as in like there's not like, you know, loads of crafting that's super confusing. You just kind of, you have like, you know, you have your characters and you can get new characters and you can buy them weapons, and you go to a new town, buy them new weapons. They level up, you know, depending on the dungeon you are. You might have to do a small bit of grinding, but not that much. Those are the best sort of RPGs in my opinion. These ones that are too complicated, I don't know what, they're just not as enjoyable. Some I played recently, I just couldn't get into them because they're just too complicated or they're too grindy. Like, you have to do loads of grinding. So if you identify the RPG as like a grinding RPG or just an RPG for like enjoyment, you can actually understand the RPG better, I found anyway. This one is Beneath a Steel Sky. This is fantastic. This is so good. This is the follow-on from like a 1990s game, I think, Beneath the Steel Sky. So you take the role of the main character, and it's just right after the first game ends. So I didn't play the first game, but it looks really good and I want to try it. But yeah, Beneath the Steel Sky I got the steel case as well, which was the same price as the regular edition, so why not steel case. And the last one then, this will give a bit of a gamble because I looked, this is a Truberbrook, Come and Visit Truberbrook for the Switch. So it looks exactly like my type of game. It's a point and click game, but the characters are sort of like, they don't look realistic. They look like not cartoon characters, but they look like, I don't know, they look weird. They have like big heads and stuff. They're just like a bit deformed. But yeah, this is pretty good. It's just a classic point and click game, and it doesn't really tell you what to do either. But it's not as bad as like the Louvre, the Final Curse. That's awful. This is way better. I'm not sure if I like this either. It's okay. It wouldn't be, I don't know, when you're comparing like point and click games to like Broken Sword is like the pinnacle of point and click games. So when you're comparing them to Broken Sword, I don't think any game matches. So you just kind of have to like not compare it to like, you know, the best in the series. Like, it's like comparing a Metroidvania to Symphony of the Night. It's like they never add up to it, or they never live up to it. Oh well. So that's my few games. If you've got any recent pickups, leave the name of the game or whatever, or the link to the video in the comment section below, and I'll give it a watch. Thank you very much for watching, and appreciate you watching till the end. Have a great day. Adios.